My fellow Sassians, good morning. I hope you are well. I hope you are fabulous, and I hope that you are a darn sight more rested than I am. Let me tell you something. You ever had one of those mornings where you wake up and you go, no? You go, no, mentally. You go, no, physically. Your heart is like, nah, we're not here. Yeah, that was this morning for me. Yours truly is exhausted. And it's that kind of productive, functionary, we got to get through this kind of exhausted. And you kind of look back on your last several days and weeks. You're like, well, that explains it, doesn't it? I mean, it's I did this, I did that, I did this. No, we've done too much. And I've done a lot, and there's yet still more to do, especially as February is right around the corner, and February can be a very stressful month simply because it's a shorter one. So there's the still same amount of work and less days to do it. Yay! So, yeah, a bit sarcastic, but that is my nature. I don't know if we've picked up on that, but yours truly can be a little snarky. I know. It's all in the name, babe. It's Sassy Scorpion Tarot. It's not the passive Scorpion, whatever. It's we have a stinger. And we use it. I've had 2 cups of coffee, and we're like, there's going to be a third at some point. But for now, we're working on some herbal tea, because guess what? The big confetti pop to all this is that we also have the tail tingle in the back of the throat. So if we're starting to sound a little raspy, a little coughy from the chest, oh joy, well, we might be heading in the direction of a cold. So when it rains, it pours. Speaking of which, it's slated to rain all week. Yay! So I tell you what, things happen in threes, honey. Things happen in 3. It seems like the negative, but also the positive. So let's just go ahead from my points of view, okay? As someone who believes in the power of 3s, I know it sounds weird, but in my experience, this is what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and knock this -3 out this week, because that means I'll have some lovely positive ones after that I can cash points on. Don't listen to my nonsense, but if you know what I mean about the powers of 3s, that's where we get that concept of when it rains, it pours. It just seems like this and this and this. But then on the flip side of that means there's positive things coming through as well. So let's just go ahead, let's get the weather knocked out. Let's get this possible cold knocked out. Let's get the rest of that kind of working calendar knocked out. I'm going to conquer that mountain, plant that flag, success, 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 because that's what we do around here. All right, today, you guys, we are going to go ahead and do a past, present, and future reading, or a 5-card baseline, also called classically the horseshoe spread, once more, which is a past, present, and future. We will clarify some, not all, oracles, and then charms. Like always, take what resonates, leave what does not. Do keep in mind these are general collective reads, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate, which I know is incredibly frustrating, but it's also incredibly normal. If that's the case, check out the placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. Expect some shorts this week, and of course the Sunday check-in. You guys, I will see you at your sign. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Thursday check-in. Show me Taurus, please. Past, present, future. Show me Taurus, please. Past, present, and future. What's going on? Oh. Page of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Magician, 10 of Cups, Ace of Wands. Well, you liked it so much you put a ring on it. Now, that's a very classy overview, but that's not bad. As far as story arcs are concerned, that's what's up. Hey, good job. Page of Pentacles, gotta start somewhere. And I've said that for you before. It might be the continuation then, or some variation of it. But I'll tell you what, Taurus has been getting hit with the Lovers season. Sometimes it's beautiful, sometimes it's not so much. That's the way the Lovers go, yeah. But Page of Pentacles, you're like, gotta start somewhere. And so you did. And then it rose into the Lovers. It was a very strong connection, very powerful. It pulled you, it compelled you. The Magician, you're like, yes. 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 More. Yes. More of that. Yes. 10 of Cups, all is well. Emotional harmony between you and those that matter in your life, your inner circle, the people that you love and care about. And when you think about emotional support, you think of them and they think of you. Ace of Wands, Fired up. Hell yeah. So let's do this. Let's. No, I don't know what the Ace of Wands is to you. I don't think it's a brand new beginning. I think it's an energy surge I'm seeing for you. And frankly, you're excited or turned on by your own life. And why wouldn't you be? Now, you have to excuse me, but I trust your page. Okay, I don't know how you kick things off, but you'd started, as most things do, as a realistic investment on your part. You're putting something of yourself into it, and then it just kind of blossomed from there. Okay, let's take a look at the Lovers, please. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying you two are perfect. What I am saying is like this, I like it. And I want it to keep choosing me, so I'm going to keep choosing it. Dear universe, yes. All right. Let's see the Lovers, please. Okay. Okay. Very distinct that was. Page of Swords in reverse, Six of Swords, Two of Swords. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. There's an idea in you had to turn off. Page of Swords in the reverse, something here you would not pay mind to. That's very distinct. Page of Swords in reverse. Little idea that you would not allow to grow. You wouldn't pay it mind. You wouldn't pay it any attention. You're like, I'm not going to entertain that thought. And that was literally the definition. And what was the thought? Uncertainty about moving on. You said you won't do it. You won't move on from this. It crossed your mind. Two of Swords, Six of Swords. You had that conversation with yourself. And I don't know how long you had that conversation, knocking around in the mind, honey. That's all sword. And then at some point you decided, I'm going to turn that line of conversation off. Or I'm going to turn that inquiry off. I'm not going to entertain it. It was very distinct on your part. Now, mind you, the Page of Swords has, of all the figures in tarot, has the least amount of power. Has the least amount of stay power. But if he sits there and observes something long enough, then spring up the other swords. Doubt and destruction and anxiety and talking ourselves out of things. And so the Page of Swords, with given enough time and a sense of helplessness, create the seeds of self-doubt. And that's where he can actually cause a great deal of havoc by doing nothing. So Page of Swords in reverse says, I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'm going to turn that thought off now. I'm not going to entertain it. So at some point, it crossed your mind many times, this connection confuses me. And the Lovers does. I've already dismissed that. It confuses a lot of people. It's very challenging. And that's why a lot of people just can't be messing with it. Because it asks us to rise higher into ourselves, not shrink away. That's why. It's one of the best connections you can have in terms of challenges and accomplishments. Love, passion, but also frustration and fucking what the hell, right? So Two of Swords, Six of Swords. Should I leave this? Should I get the hell out of Dodge? Should I get away from this? Should I leave it behind? Should I let it go? And then you went Page of Swords in reverse. Nah, we're going to shut that thought off now. I don't know. Perhaps you wanted to deepen the investment. At some point, perhaps you questioned it, or you had reason to question it. How you found yourself in it, how you were reacting to it, how you found them reacting to it, how they were contributing or not. All these things. He's like, you know what? I don't want that line of inquiry to continue. Okay? Okay. We'll see your manifestation then. Very curious. Well, knowing you and your sheer stubbornness sometimes, it's kind of like I started the investment. So it can go ahead and get complicated all at once. I'm not going anywhere. It could have been that simple for you. It could have been, honey, it could have been that simple for you. I swear to God. And for you, simple. For other people, didn't. But you're like, well, I started it, so I'm going to finish the fucking thing. And I don't know. Tell me I'm reading a Taurus without telling me I'm reading a Taurus. All right, let's see the Magician. I put my pentacle down, so. It's kind of like when you put your quarter down to indicate next game at the pool table. It's like, well, I put my quarter down, so it's mine now. Sorry, I'm sorry. Your son can honestly give me a really good, genuine chuckle sometimes at just how forceful. 7 of Wands, 9 of Swords, 4 of Wands. There it is again. I'm rejecting any anxiety of this. I refuse to worry about it. Wild horses couldn't tear me away. You're like, I will not allow my mind to take over this conversation. Some of you understand your mind is your worst enemy. Achilles heel. Some of you have a tendency to overthink, and I keep seeing you override that, forcefully so, by your own force of will. I am not going to allow my mind to take this over. I won't do it. That's the second time you said that. That's a very specific point for the Taurus I'm looking at. I will not allow the bullshit in my head to dictate my actions, particularly your fears, anxieties, because now you're in it. Because now you're saying 4 of Wands. I'm 4 of Wandings this. I want a relationship with this. I'm manifesting it. And I'm not going to allow the fears of my mind to take this over. I won't do it. I won't do it. This is the individual right here. 7 and 9. You're like, no, I won't do it. I won't engage in self-sabotaging behaviors. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. Yeah. Okay. This is the second time you did that. Very strong point with you. I'm very curious then about your 10 of Cups and how you harmonize. Let's say that 10 of Cups, please. Oh, don't blame me, honey. Once you understand you got something that powerful, that strong, I don't blame you for putting your quarter down. But then you showed me how you're claiming the whole damn pool table. And possibly the establishment too. It's mine. It's mine. I'm not going to worry about cost of upkeep. I'm not going to worry about profit. It's mine. Like you're saying. Now you can be extremely territorial. Taurus absolutely is fixed earth. Once you say something is yours, you kind of tend to take that very seriously. So that could be what I'm saying for you is your instinct, except you're trying to protect it from the fears of your mind. You have a tendency to talk yourself out of stuff. And this is very common for people, not just Taurus, anybody. The absolute chaos the mind can come up with sometimes about why we put things off, reject it. We won't get fully confrontational with it, with ourselves. Why are my fears eating at me? Why do they delay me? Why do I procrastinate? All that stuff, that's all from the mind. So some of you are aware of this about yourself. You're being relentless. I'm not saying it's bad. It's kind of sexy in a way because it's like I refuse to back down from this. It's just there's so much sort of mental fear around this too that you're trying to safeguard yourself from. Let's see that 10 of Cups, please. Let's see that 10 of Cups. That's you. It's the Hierophant. 6 of Cups. King of Pentacles. It's mine. Except now you're happy. That's good. I'm good. I was getting a little stressed for you, honey. I was like, please tell me this. At some point, you really allow yourself to authentically enjoy this connection. You're like, I do. Chill. It's cool. I'm good. I kind of had to be an asshole with myself for a second because I was seriously contemplating leaving this connection. And if I did that, you're showing me that you would regret it. So that's a lot of foresight on your part to understand where your biggest weakness is in the fears of the mind. So this is a very specific Taurus reading I'm looking at today, guys. This is either yours or it's not. You either started in some small tangible way investing in a strong connection, and the second it started to challenge you and pull you and compel you, it freaked you out and you're like, I gotta back off. And then you told yourself, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep this in the game. I'm going to keep this going, and I'm going to tell myself, Taurus, knock it the hell off because I want this and I'm going to prove it. And so you did. That's gorgeous. You are like the definition of sitting pretty there in the not too far future. When you understand that you are manifesting a full-on relationship with this, and that you will not put up unnecessary walls, you will not put up unnecessary boundaries, you will not freak yourself out mentally, you will not allow yourself to put any sort of fear of projection into this relationship, that you will stand up for this and continue to... I see you fighting to choose for this, which is something I don't typically see. That as soon as the lovers connection gets really real and we understand the challenge of it, that we really do have to choose it and has to choose us back in order to really flourish in it, that's where people hit that wall and they're like, I don't want to, I can't step into this, I don't think I can change. And that really is the defining or turning point for the lovers in some way. Emotional acceptance, mental acceptance, physical, so on and so forth. The willingness to change specifically in order to keep it, and that's how we choose it. So this is how we really rise into ourselves, or we step away from it, because part of us, we can't meet it there. And it can happen between two people or one at a time. Okay. And that's why the lovers often reconnects later down the road, is that two people once more trying to work out their mechanics in order to choose each other. So like I said, a lot of people can't mess with it. And you're like, I'm going to mess with it. I'm going to make a point to mess with it. So you did. I have to say, I really like your reading today, because it's that spirit. That's that Taurus spirit. Like, I will see you guys be stubborn. Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean it's serving you, but you will show me stubbornness. You will show me walls and defensiveness. I got hurt once 20 years ago. I never got over it. Deal with that. But a lot of people won't deal with that. You'll just talk yourself out of it. And that's what I saw for you. I always do this. I always do this. Something calls to me. I start putting myself into it, and I freak out, and I split. I'm not going to do that this time. So you are... I'm not dictating anything, by the way, guys. Tarot doesn't dictate shit. Tarot lady don't mean anything. I'm going to turn this off, and I'll likely forget about it, unless some of you make such an outrageous comment that I can't help but remember it, and I'll be like, what did I say? Because real talk, that's what happens in real life. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean anything. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. I'm seeing a Taurus rise to this. Like, he put on a Taurus cape and everything. Okay. And that's it. I'm not doing what I used to do. I want this to choose me back. And look at you. Look at that. Boom. Oh. Look at that. I got both your cards there, baby. Hierophant with the King of Pentacles, Six of Cups. And you're like... You are pleased, honey, proud, pleased. You are fully feeling yourself. Practically, earthbound, it's yours. It's yours. It's yours. You're here, and you're like, I know it's mine. I always knew it was mine. Like I said, you liked it so much, you put a ring on it, and you put a ring on you too. Now, whether or not I'm looking at marriage here, I don't know, but you look real happy. I mean, we do. So, our lover here, soul bond, Six of Cups. Not only do we have very strong memories with this person, but you two are absolutely embedded in each other's world. So not only do you harmonize individually as two people, you harmonize in each other's lives in the greater scheme of things, which is beautiful. Not everybody gets the overarching concept. Okay, some people get this, but they don't get the deep personal love. Some people get the deep personal love, but they don't actually fit in each other's lives. How does that happen? Well, it does. Surprisingly often. King of Pentacles and the Hierophant, I mean, it's yours. This connection is yours emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally. You are so peaceful. You are so calm. You have your roots down in this, and you're like standing up for it 1,000%. You're like, it's mine now. It's absolutely mine. It is yours. I mean, you, honey, whatever this is, I walked in on Taurus's territory today. I'm happy to see that you claimed it. You roped it off, and you're like, I'm making this mine. I'm doing my part. You did your part, honey. I really don't need your Ace of Wands clarified. I don't think you do either at this point. You are showing me nothing but positive energy for the life that you are creating and co-creating with this person who you fought for. You fought for them. But you didn't just fight for them, honey. You fought for you. And that's what I want people to understand. Everything begins with the self. The more you understand this kind of thing happens from within, so without. That's what I mean by everything begins with the self. Because you fought for you first, because you understood what you were prone to, because you understood your own weaknesses and you wanted to rise and conquer them. It showed externally. And because you did that, this is yours. It's beautiful. Okay? It's beautiful. The hard thing is often the most rewarding thing. And because it was so imperative to you to claim this, to rise to it, to accept the challenge that whatever this connection is to you threw down, you more than met it, you exceeded it. And you get the reward. You get the reward. I will see people enjoy the lovers. And then when it gets real, it's like, hell no. Everything I see in you, I see in me. And if I haven't done any work on myself, at some point I'm just going to see the worst in you because I've yet to deal with the worst parts of me. And that's what the lovers is. Like I said, it's either the occasion to rise to our highest and they help us with this, or we lower ourselves, or their underdeveloped self speaks to our undeveloped self and we tear each other down. I just know for you're in Taurus, the Taurus I'm looking at, you did your side and then some. Yeah. You understood it began with you. And in so doing, you met the challenge and it chose you back beautifully. I mean, look at you. You're so happy. You're so happy. You're so in love. And you're like, this is what's up. This is what's up. If I can do it, you can too. Just not this, because this is mine. But it can happen to me. It can happen to you too. Look at that. I love that. You partitioned this connection off and you're like, I'm going to stay in this partition. That's great. Man, you put your quarter down. If I was doing an in-depth, that's what I would call your message. You put your quarter down. It was more than that, honey. It was more than that. Good job. I'm so proud of you. This is beautiful. How long where you are, I have no clue. By all rights, according to within a week. By all rights was, for what I'm looking at, the past here, the Page of Pentacles has just begun. So that's recent past. For others of you, your Page of Pentacles is yet to process. Sorry. Hey, I am who I am. Okay? You are who you are. I am who I am. I have my own natural reactions. Thank you. Your page is still being processed. For some of you, you're like, I'm getting it going next week. So for some of you, this is almost 100% predictive. I was wondering, when do we put that page down and get this whole thing started? In a week. And so let the good times begin. Oh my goodness. All right. Do we have any other timelines, please? You have to, oh my God, for some of you within 3 years. And so I'm saying more the conclusion there. All right. From when it's, sorry. I'm sorry. Taurus and timelines. It just defies the odds. All right. Argue with me. I dare you. Anyway, we see the beginning process and you could see where this might take 3 years. So when I say things like past, present, future, and timelines are different for everybody, that's what it means. For you, you're like, yeah, that would totally take 3 years. It probably makes sense to you. For anybody who's on the outside looking in, it's like, that shit don't make sense to me. Well, it's not their timeline. There you go. All right. I like that. It's like, when does it start and when are you like happy as the clam? 3 years. Cool. I love it. No, but can you see where something like this, that could take a while? Yeah. But I think you'll know in the turning point, as most people do, is that, you know what? I want this relationship in my life. Fears be damned, you know? Okay. Number 15, Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. It's like, I'm going to shake things up a bit, just up a bit. Oh my goodness, it's the vocals are really trying to cut out. Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. There you go. And create a little bit of a storm. Number 15, moving things forward. Communicate clearly. When you kick things off, or when things, especially when things get complicated and confusing and your mind feels like it's close to trapping you, communicate clearly, first and foremost with yourself. Okay? All right. So long as you can be on the same page with you, then you'll always have an idea of what to do or say. All right. Okay. If you believe in the romance. If you believe in romance, darling. So shall it be. Oh, no, it'd be a bit silly, but that doesn't mean it's any less true. It's one of those things that I can choose to feel things very deeply and get taken away with a moment, or make it lighter than that. So I choose to make it lighter than that because I can feel it. That doesn't mean I'm necessarily trying to project it and make things weird or awkward. Awkward. I know. I dare somebody express feelings. Gross. Right? All right. But if you believe, and I do, and if you believe in love, if you believe in romance, and more to the point, you believe in yourself, then yes, all things. G, D, and the medallion of Leo. Interesting. Some of you might have some very interesting Leo in your chart that you are rising to, so such as rising north, something like this. This season could be important to you, and then could be connecting to Leo as well. All right, Taurus, honey, I hope this helped you. Yours was nice and light. It had its tricky spots. It does. But what I'm seeing here is the normal challenge that you are rising above and beyond to meet. So that counts for a lot in my book. Good job. I hope this helped. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.